The Summer I Turned Pretty Season 3, Episode 4 certainly threw us for a loop, didn't it? I felt a surge of hope, especially seeing those sparks rekindle between Conrad and Belly, even if it's mostly from his side right now. That final scene, my jaw was on the floor. The fact that Conrad's feelings for Belly are still so undeniably strong, even with her and Jeremiah seemingly so happy, is just incredibly bittersweet. He looks like he's genuinely supporting their marriage, even though it's clearly tearing him apart. But is he truly okay with being the best man at his brother's wedding, knowing his brother is marrying the girl he still deeply loves despite all the pain he's enduring? I'm dying to hear your theories on this, so please share them in the comments. Let's see if we're all on the same page about Belly and Conrad's future. But for now, let's dive into the juicy bits of episode 5 and rehash those wild scenes from episode 4 that left us all reeling. The biggest hurdle, and I'm sure you'll agree, is Laurel. Belly's relationship with her mom has been incredibly strained since Laurel found out about the engagement. And honestly, things don't look like they'll be improving anytime soon. And to be fair, I kind of get where Laurel's coming from. As she said, I think Stephen's accident pushed Belly and Jeremiah to rush into things more seriously than they were truly ready for. Getting married right now could genuinely be one of the worst decisions they make. Plus, Laurel still has no idea about Belly and Jeremiah's previous breakup and how heartbroken Belly was when Jeremiah was with another girl. If she knew that, I'm convinced she'd be even more against the marriage, seeing how shaky their foundation truly is. But even without that knowledge, her concerns are valid. Despite knowing her mom might be right, Belly is determined not to back down from this marriage. Yet, at the same time, I feel like Belly secretly understands Laurel's perspective. Remember in episode 4 when she went dress shopping with Taylor and how much she longed for her mom to be there? I never imagined Belly would be so sad picking out her wedding dress, but I totally understand the disappointment of not having someone who's always been there for your big moments. What made it even worse was that the dress reminded her of those sweet moments with her mom and Susanna during the debutante ball. Those little squabbles like, that dress is too much, not you at all, and Susanna always having her back. I'm almost certain Belly misses those times. In the end, she even chose a dress her mom would probably love. Maybe that's a subtle hint that she still cares about Laurel's opinion deep down. Or maybe she just picked what looked good on her. What do you think? However, there was one moment where Belly didn't show any of those conflicted feelings. When Jeremiah came home with a flower for Laurel, part of Belly's birthday surprise, I thought it was a brilliant step toward gaining Laurel's approval. I mean, when has Laurel ever said, has Laurel ever said no to Jeremiah? But things took a completely different turn. Instead of approval, Belly ended up in such a massive fight with her mom over the wedding that she ran away. And honestly, I think Belly was clearly in the wrong here. Neither of them has a stable job to support a marriage. Belly quit her part-time job when they returned to Cousins, and Jeremiah's internship with his dad honestly doesn't seem to be going great. So while they're having fun at the beach and pool, and yes, they do look genuinely happy together, they still need real jobs and a bit more maturity to make a marriage work. Do you truly think they'll go through with this wedding? And do you believe they can actually make it work? Let me know in the comments, because now it's time to move on to the next big obstacle, Conrad and the mess he's become. After losing the job he was so excited about because he was distracted by Stephen's accident and the pain it caused, we saw Conrad suddenly back at Cousins. This season, I genuinely feel terrible for him. Everything in his life seems to be falling apart because he's still so deeply in love with Belly. It even reached a point where he hinted to Jeremiah that maybe they should rethink the wedding. But you could also see how torn and unsure he was as he said it. When he saw how happy Belly and Jeremiah were despite everything, and after getting another job offer through Agnes, he decided to leave Cousins. But that final scene of the episode revealed whether he'd truly leave everything behind or just leave Belly. Before we delve into that emotional scene, I have to mention the new love triangle that's brewing. Then we'll get to the real drama in the main one we all care about, the Taylor, Stephen, Denise love triangle. I know how much you all want to see Taylor and Stephen back together. And honestly, just thinking about them makes me smile. Taylor has this wild energy, and Steven has matured into such a great guy. They really do balance each other out perfectly, but right now, things are a bit off between them. Steven pulling away after the accident was incredibly sad, even when it's clear he still cares. And Taylor, I think she still has feelings too. But since Steven distanced himself once, she's hesitant to give him another chance and has kind of cut him out for now. So with Taylor keeping her distance, Steven seems more open to a possible relationship with Denise, his coworker. They've already started to flirt a bit. Honestly, I think Steven and Denise could make a good match too. But I don't think either of them is the other's dream person. We'll discuss more about what might happen with this triangle in a bit. But now, let's get to that unforgettable scene at the end of episode 4. The very end of the episode, just as Conrad was about to leave, he saw Belly crying. And when she finally stopped and came downstairs, guess who was still there? Conrad. He didn't leave, he stayed for Belly. Honestly, the second I saw Belly crying, I knew Conrad wasn't going anywhere. He would never leave her like that. And just think about what he gave up. He turned down the job Agnes found for him and agreed to be Jeremiah's second best man. He's literally going to stand next to his brother while he marries the girl he's madly in love with. That's not just sacrifice. It shows how deeply he cares about Belly. When he baked her that birthday cake, it reminded me so much of that scene with Jeremiah picking her favorite snack at the gas station and that infinity necklace Conrad gave her for her birthday. Those little moments truly show how well Conrad knows her and how thoughtful he is. And Belly felt that too. You could see how happy she was when she saw the cake and heard he agreed to be the best man. So why did he end up regretting it? Let's take a look at what might happen in episode 5. I don't think Conrad fully regrets his choice. I think he's just nervous that falling for Belly all over again is going to mess everything up, especially with her marrying his brother. And honestly, he's right. Things are going to get messy. Since Conrad is staying at the house and Jeremiah is busy with his internship, we're definitely going to see Belly and Conrad spending more time alone together. As we saw in the season 3 trailer, that time is going to bring them closer. With Conrad being so thoughtful and sweet, there's no way Belly won't start thinking about the past. I'm betting we'll see them swimming together, running errands, and most importantly, working on wedding stuff side by side. And let's be real, if Belly is doing all the wedding prep with Conrad, how can she not start wondering, what if I was marrying him instead of Jeremiah? I think we'll see Belly caught in a real dilemma in the next episode. On one hand, Conrad's being super helpful and kind. On the other hand, there will probably be tension between her and Jeremiah. You're probably thinking, but Belly and Jeremiah are so happy. Why would they argue? Well, here's why. Jeremiah probably thought Conrad was leaving, so he didn't expect them to spend much time together. But now that he knows Conrad's staying, he's going to feel uneasy, worried that Belly and Conrad might reconnect. I think we'll see his jealousy surface, even over the phone. He might say something like, "You're marrying me. Why are you planning the wedding with Conrad?" Plus, Jeremiah's internship seems to be getting harder, and he already doesn't seem very good at it. I think that pressure is going to spill over into his relationship with Belly, and they'll start to drift apart. Meanwhile, Belly and Conrad will get even closer. But I do think things will calm down again between Jeremiah and Belly, at least for now. And as promised, here's what I think might happen next in the Taylor, Steven, Denise triangle. Right now, Taylor's busy trying to help her mom with money stuff. So I don't think she'll have much time for Steven. That's why I think we'll see things heating up between Steven and Denise. They've already had some flirty moments, and I think they'll officially start dating. But eventually, I think their strong personalities will lead to some clashes. Still, for now, I expect we'll see them in the early stages of a sweet, playful relationship.